Good morning, students. So, in this video, we are going to understand the concept of relationship between the tables. So, what do you mean by a relationship in the table? What is the benefit of creating the relation? How many type of relationships are there? We are going to understand. So, for this, I am taking you to OpenOffice. So, let us open the OpenOffice base, and here we are going to create a table, right? So I am creating a table in design view, correct? Now here I am making a table, employee table. So for that I am taking the first field, employee ID. I have chosen the field type varchar. Then I am taking employee name, again varchar. Then I am taking here salary is decimal. Then I am taking another field, department ID, right? DEPT ID, department ID, and this field is also varchar. Then I am taking department name, and this is varchar. Now, after creating all these fields, I am declaring employee ID as primary key. So, how do we declare it as primary key? You need to right click on this field and choose primary key. Now, after this, you need to save your table. So, I am giving it the name employee, correct? Click on OK. So, you can notice here that employee ID in this table is a primary key. Now, close this table. We will create another table, and this table is department table. Now, in department table, I am declaring the first field as DEPT ID. The data type is varchar. Then I am taking here department name. It is also varchar. And then I am choosing the next field, for example, location, varchar. And I am declaring another field, for example, department. Related to the department, you can choose here the post of the employee. So inside the department, you can choose here department name we have taken. Okay, let's declare department ID as primary key. So I have declared this field as primary key. Save this table with the name department. Now once we have done, you will see here two tables have been made, department and employee. Now let us try to create a relationship between both the tables before you enter the record. Always remember, relationship is created on the table when it is empty, when there is no record inside these tables. Now for this we will click on tools and relationship. Now you are going to add both the tables, employee as well as department. So you can see here, just notice the structure of department table. We have a field department ID which is primary key here. And in employee ID, same department ID is not a primary key. Now, this means that we can create a relationship between department table and employee table. How do we create this relationship? So, we want to create a relationship between a field which is common in both the tables, that is department ID. So, what you have to do is just click on this field and select and drag and drop it over department ID. So you will see a relationship will be created. This relationship is one to many. N means here many. So one to many relationship has been created here. Now what is the meaning of this? It means that a department ID has to be created first. You have to fill department ID here, and only then same department ID can be entered in employee table. So let's see how. So first we will save this relationship and I click on close, right? Now I am opening employee table and I am trying to enter a record A001. Employee name is, for example, Rahul. I am giving it salary. For example, this much salary is there. Department ID I am writing here. For example, manufacturing department. So man 1 to 3. and department name is manufacturing. So the moment I press tab, I move to the next field. So you will see it will throw you this error. So can you see what is this error? It basically, this error is saying that you cannot enter any record of department ID until and unless the same record is entered in the department table. This is the benefit of one-to-many relationship, right? It ensures that, first of all, duplication of record is not there. Secondly, it ensures integrity of the records are maintained, right? So how to avoid this error? You have to exit this table without saving the record. And now, first of all, you go to the department and you create the department here first. So I am writing here, for example, manufacturing MAN01, and I am giving the name manufacturing, and suppose the location is in Bangalore. Now I am creating the next department, Dell 01, Delhi location, and department name is suppose sales. Wait, I'm writing SAL because we are creating the department ID based on the department name. You can see I have written here man means manufacturing. Similarly, sales, I have used here the short form SAL. Now the location I am writing here Delhi. So I have created these two departments. You can see man 01 and sal 01. Now I can open employee table and I can create the record here A001, for example Ravi, salary, random any salary, and I'm entering here the department ID man 01. Department name is, for example, manufacturing. So you will see it will not give you any error message. So I hope you have understood what is the benefit of the relationship. So let's go back to our slide. So this is the main benefit of the relationship, that the power of one of the major advantage of database is the ability to maintain the relationship between the different tables. So it minimizes redundancy of the data, means duplication of data is avoided, and you can maintain high level of database reliability, right? So we have already seen what is relationship. Now one of the major thing here is that relationship is also called as referential integrity in base. So what is referential integrity? It basically means you can create the relationship between the tables. For this you need to take care of certain rules here. So just see the rules here. First rule is both the tables should be in the same database, as we have already seen that we created a database, for example ABC company, and in that we created two tables, employee as well as department. So both were in the same database. Secondly, the matching field is a primary key in one table, right? And third thing, the related field should have the same data type, right? Now this is how we created the relationship with this icon, as I have already told you, right? So this is how, this is also another example of relationship. We have the client table here. So client ID, you can see, was primary key here, and the same client ID becomes foreign key in sales table. So I hope you have also understood the concept of primary key and foreign key with the help of this relationship. So it basically means that client ID is unique here. You can see client ID 1, 2, 3, 4. They all are unique. But same 1, 2, 3, 4 client IDs are repeated here. So that means it becomes a foreign key. Now one more thing to notice here, the concept of primary key, I've already told you, foreign key, and what is composite primary key. So when primary key constant is applied to more than one columns, like we have seen in the previous slide, you can see here order ID as well as client ID both can be called as composite primary key. Secondly, you need to notice here that there are three type of relationship. First is one to one, second is one to many or many to one, which we have already seen. and third is many to many. And what is the, key thing to note here is that in one to one, we have both the fields as primary key. So you can see employee ID in employee table is also primary key. Similarly, department ID in department table is also primary key. One to many we have already seen, where both the fields, any first field, one field is primary key in one table, second field is foreign key in another table. And we have the concept of many to many, where no table has primary key column. Can you notice here that department ID in employee table as well as department ID in department table, both are not primary key. So these are the different type of relationships. Thank you very much.